Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the stories and mysteries behind everyday things. Today's question comes from one of our curious viewers, the Artistic Soul. Thanks for the suggestion, Artistic Soul. You asked, how do people recognize faces? If you've ever awkwardly waved at someone, only to realize they were a total stranger, or worse, someone you should recognize, then you've experienced the weird world of facial recognition. But how does our brain do it? And why does it sometimes fail us at the worst moments? Stick around as we break down the science behind face recognition, right here on Explaining Everything. All right, let's get nerdy. Your brain has a special department just for face recognition. It's called the fusiform gyrus, which sounds like a spell from Harry Potter, but it's a part of your temporal lobe that goes, "Oh, hey, that's Grandma," instead of, "What is that strange collection of eyeballs and flesh?" Your brain has a whole VIP section for processing faces. While it's analyzing who's who, it considers different factors. The distance between the eyes, because let's be honest, if they're too far apart, you start questioning things. The shape of the nose, button nose, Roman nose, no nose. Hello, Voldemort. The placement of the mouth, smiling, frowning, or doing that "I'm trying to remember your name" awkward twitch. And guess what? Your brain does this in milliseconds. It's like a supercomputer, but one that occasionally glitches out when you meet someone out of context. More on that later. Humans are naturally gifted at face recognition, and we've been doing it since babyhood. Babies recognize their parents' faces at just a few months old. Meanwhile, some adults struggle to tell Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans apart. Come on, they're both beautiful. Give people a break. But why are we so good at it? Evolution, baby. Back in prehistoric times, recognizing faces meant survival. You need to know, friend or foe. Is this person in my tribe or about to steal my lunch? Are they mad at me? Should I apologize or do I need to run? Who owes me a mammoth steak? Keeping track of social debts was crucial. This skill kept our ancestors alive, and it still helps today. Spotting a friend in a crowd or avoiding that coworker who wants to tell you about their very dull weekend. Ever experience face blindness, even if just temporarily? You see someone out of their usual setting, and suddenly they might as well be a total stranger. Like when you run into your dentist at the grocery store. Your brain screams, "You don't belong here." Where's your white coat? This happens because your brain relies on context clues when recognizing people. If someone is always seen in one place, say, your barista at your favorite coffee shop, your brain forms a shortcut. Barista plus coffee shop equals recognizable human. But if you see them at the gym, error 404, person not found. And then, of course, there's the dreaded "I know your face, but not your name" syndrome. Why? Because faces and names are processed in different parts of the brain. Your brain might recognize a face faster than it retrieves a name, leaving you in that awful moment of, "Oh no, it's, buddy? Pal? Sport?" This same brain glitch happens with the tip of the tongue phenomenon, when you know a word, a fact, or a name, but for some reason, your brain just won't cough it up. It's like the information is stuck in a mental filing cabinet with a jammed drawer. You can almost feel it lurking in your mind, just out of reach. And the more you try to force it, the harder it is to retrieve. Then, hours later, when you've long given up, bam! The answer suddenly pops into your head, as if your brain finally decided to cooperate on its schedule. Have you ever looked at a random object, like a car's headlights and grille, and thought, hey, that thing looks like it has a face? Congratulations, you've just been punked by pareidolia. Pareidolia is your brain's overenthusiastic face detection system, seeing patterns where none exist. It's why we see faces in clouds and outlets, and why every house in cars looks mildly judgmental. Your brain is just so wired to find faces that it sometimes overdoes it. Scientists think this is an evolutionary feature. After all, missing a face that is real could be dangerous, but seeing a face that isn't real, harmless, unless you start thinking your toast is judging you. Now, let's talk about the extremes. Some people have superhuman facial recognition skills. They're called super recognizers, and they can remember faces after seeing them just once, even years later. If you ever commit a crime, hope one of these people wasn't in the crowd. On the flip side, some people have prosopagnosia, or face blindness. For them, recognizing even familiar faces, sometimes even their family members, is a huge challenge. Imagine meeting someone new every single day, even if it's your neighbor you've lived next to for years. Yeah, rough. So, next time you forget someone's name, but remember their face, just blame your brain's storage system. And if you ever see a face in your morning pancakes, don't panic. That's just your brain doing its thing. Recognizing faces is a mix of science, evolution, and the occasional awkward moment. So whether you're a super recognizer, a face-blind struggler, or someone who sees faces in clouds, know you're not alone. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.